Welcome back to the channel, guys. In this video, we're going to talk about the importance of building a holding company, even if you are an experienced buyer, and how different strategies you can apply into your current company. So, context, we had an awesome call today with a PE firm. They're buying up home service companies across just the West Coast and the Southwest in Texas, Arizona, different states over here. And they're doing at least mid seven figures right now, just very talented owners. And if you're watching this, you guys are crushing it right now. And during our conversation, it just really brought to the forefront that even when you are crushing it, there's some strategies that you can look at doing to really build your just your investment company in a way that is more scalable, provides more value to the business owners, and when it comes time to exit, is going to increase the value of your overall portfolio. And so for us, what we do with our firm right now, so we provide full service financial advisory and M&A advisory as well. The core focus, just knowing my background, I've been in space now of buying and selling businesses going in the last 6 years. We started off doing really heavy sell side, probably the first 3 years, shifted over to more buy side advisory probably about 3.5 years ago now. Main reason being that sell side can be really transactional, and we really want to get to a point where we are advising our owners and partnering with them on deals that they're doing. Now, by this point right now, we advise around 46 different holding companies on deals that they're doing. So we don't necessarily advise people that just want to buy a business. We advise people that want to build portfolios. They want to buy multiple companies over the next 10, 20 years. So we think more long-term partnership with our firm. And we do great work. We provide really hands-on advisory with each client. And the goal isn't to just bring all these deals to the clients. We want to help them build their holding company. We want to help them build their fund and build out the systems that they need internally to create their own deal flow, right? Like, we don't want our clients reliant on us forever. We want you to be independent. And we were kind of talking about this with our partner today. One of their biggest challenges is that they have a lot of deal flow, but obviously, as in this business, you only make money when you buy the business and when you exit, right? And by when you buy the business, I mean through the cash flow that you're getting from it. But even then, like in this business, you're getting paid at the exit. So you don't get paid for just looking at deals, which comes to the core question, which is if you're saying no to 19 out of 20 businesses, then how do you monetize the 19 companies in your pipeline? The best thing about that is really what building a holding company solves for you, right? And this was kind of the biggest thing that we want to talk about with our clients today, which was you guys are doing great work, you guys are crushing it in deals that you're doing, but the reason why we had the call today was because they wanted to start referring over some of the sellers that they're working with to be sold, which is great. We can work with them on that. But I also know that they can be making more money just off those leads without referring them to us. So traditional investor mindset is, being focused solely on deploying capital in businesses that meet a certain criteria. The strategic advisor approach expands beyond capital deployment, becomes a trusted resource for business owners, creating multiple touch points and revenue. The biggest thing that we talked about was really looking at firms like Goldman Sachs or KKR. These are companies that, yeah, they are, one's an investment bank, the other one is more of a private equity, private credit firm. In either case, they get equity in clients. They invest equity into different projects. Goldman does, KKR does, all these top PE firms do this. The thing that separates these top firms though from others is that they are advisors first. Like, you look at Goldman Sachs, yeah, they're providing capital and taking equity in their top clients, but they're advising them on their wealth management. They're providing working capital and different capital solutions to them. They're providing insurance products to their clients. They are advising on their exit strategy. They're providing a value on their even the families of the high net worth clients that they own and their families, right? They're being everything that the clients need them to be. And the same thing goes for us, right? Like one of the blessings that we've had was starting our own business brokerage about 4 years ago now, which was when we're buying businesses now, we don't need to come in a transactional way like most investors have to, right? Because we're advisors first, we provide advisory services to the business owner. Even if we want to buy the business, even if it is a business that we really want to buy, we're not going to just jump in as investors. We're going to approach it first as advisors because it's not just about buying the business, right? They still might need insurance for their family and their kids. They still might have wealth management solution that they need. They might not be working with a financial advisor and they need us to help manage their assets. They might not even be working with a bookkeeper or a CPA right now. You know, we just bought a CPA firm this last year, a bookkeeping firm this last year, where we just put together an awesome joint venture with a RIA now, and we're helping our clients uh, move and invest their capital now. And there's all these different ways that you can provide value and monetize your deal flow, even if it's a business that you want to buy. On back end, once you do buy the business, this owner just now has a lump sum of capital. How do you invest that for them? How do you help them make sure that they put the right amount into insurance for their family long term and their kids? Maybe they want to get into a business now and future, and you help invest some of that lump sum into equity into a different business that you're buying, right? Like it's about providing value, providing services. And for the PE firm that we're talking about today, this is really my goal for them. I think they can become an eight-figure company by just buying a bookkeeping firm, by buying a CPA firm, by partnering with a financial advisory firm and being able to provide these to the deals that they're looking at. So instead of just making money off of one out of 20 businesses they talk to, how can you make money on all of them, right? How can you be their advisor for all of them? And that's really what we build out with the Holco program, right? When we're working with our clients in our buy-side advisory, it's all about how can we build you a holding company that you can make money on forever? You know, modeling Warren Buffett, this guy who is buying equity, doing acquisitions of companies, and he's compounding this cash flow long term. But he's also providing different services too. You know, you want to take that approach of us being both a Warren Buffett, but also a Goldman Sachs who just keeps these clients in their ecosystem forever, right? Like Goldman Sachs, I don't think has ever had a negative year in at least the last for 30 years, maybe. You know, they're a strong firm, but it's because their model is so strong and how they keep making money. In the same way that they make money, the same way that we want to make money too. And so the benefits of owning B2B businesses, right? You have the ability to cross sell. You can have better, stronger market positioning. You have more of just a sustainable growth model. And all these matter a lot, especially when you're doing deals for a living and you're buying businesses for a living. You want to have ways to add value to business owners, even if you aren't going to buy the business. My partner, Ace Chapman, one thing he always talks about is, you know, your first deal should be a B2B business because a B2B business, I mean, you're also buying your own deal flow. One of the things that we talked about with our client, which I think we have a slide on here a bit later, which was the ability to buy your own deal flow. So when your first deal is a B2B business, like a bookkeeping firm, guess what? You're buying a business that has owners as clients. Some of those owners might want to exit. So now not only are you a private equity company, but now you own a business that is giving you access to people that will want to exit in the future. Like we were saying before, Goldman Sachs has really mastered the combination of advisory services, capital deployment, and strategic partnerships. And even if you're a PE firm, like having that advisory first approach is so important. And even when building a holding company, like you want to be approaching this as partnerships and relationship-based business because you want to be in this game forever, right? You want to be able to monetize your deal flow. You don't want to just be able to just deploy capital into certain deals and turn all them down. No, like how can you truly add value to the people that come into your ecosystem? How can you keep these business owners in your ecosystem long term? Even if they need bookkeeping and they don't want the insurance or wealth management, here, boom. Now he's a client of your bookkeeping business. Now this person might not need bookkeeping, but they Do you have a kid and they want to put insurance on the family part now? Boom, now you're locked into the family and you're helping advise them on that area now. And all these different parts. And guess what? You can still go buy the business. You can still go and exit, help that business sell and keep the cycle going, right? Like one of the things that I like the most about looking at like Warren Buffett's model is that they call him a snowball, right? Because he snowballs the money. He buys these businesses. His thing especially is that he never sells the business and he wants to compound the cash flow forever. So they call him a snowball. I mean, you look at firms like Goldman Sachs or JP Morgan Bank. They are banks because they just consistently snowball the money. Every dollar that comes in, they find a way to invest it. And the same thing goes for us. We want to snowball our clients. We want to snowball every dollar that comes into our firm. And how can we be buying businesses that, as I said here before, provide more value to the clients and give us more deal flow. So the more bookkeeping businesses that we buy, the more CPA firms that we buy, these give us access to more companies that we might be able to acquire in the future. And that goes right here as well. Private equity firms typically evaluate hundreds of potential investments, but can only pursue a small fraction. In the strategic approach, instead of discarding the core opportunities, systematically funnel them into non-advisory relationships, strategic partnerships. This approach monetizes your entire pipeline. And that's what this is really all about in this whole video. I'm really excited for the call that we had because I know what they are capable of. They're already crushing it in buying these home service companies. But if we just added a few different parts to their business, they're gonna skyrocket. Lastly, joint venture. So one of the things that we talked about was one question that they asked us was for our buy-side advisory program, how do we help build deal flow into our clients' businesses? Like I said before, through our buy-side services, our goal isn't to just give you guys deals. It's great, deals do come up and we will provide you deals, but ideally you aren't reliant on us for deal flow. We just don't want that. We want you we want to help you build your own pipeline of deals. One of the best ways of doing that, I was telling them, is that two case studies that we just did recently, which was the professional association. So I have a partner who bought like 15% equity in this home service association in Florida. This like 30-year-old association of just home service owners, and all they're buying are home service companies in Florida, and now they own equity. This PE firm that they have just bought equity in this association, and so now they're doing workshops, they're doing different conferences, they're providing trainings on exit strategy, on succession planning, on how to scale their business to sell, all the stuff that they're doing now because they own the audience of the deals that they want to do. So when it comes to deal flow, the question is, what groups, what associations, what places already have the businesses that you want to buy, and how can you go out and do deals with them? Same thing goes with the bookkeeping firms. So that's why we want to buy bookkeeping firms. We want to buy CPA firms. We want to look at buying these different financial service companies because their clients are already business owners. And ideally, we want to be able to own the sources of deal flow. So by owning these different B2B businesses, we get access to the clients that we want to buy. We want to be able to advise them on their exits in the future. All of this is part of building a holding company. And so, as I said before, how do we help holding companies? We help them build repeatable deal flow systems. We help them acquire B2B service firms. We help them structure JVs and partnerships. And we help them be positioned as industry advisors, not just investors. And when we can really work together to make this happen, this is how you become just a Goldman Sachs, not just a everyday PE firm, not just a buyer, but you're building out a holding company that's going to last for generations because you're doing more than just buying the businesses and reinvesting cash flow. You're providing services that clients need. You're owning equity in the sources of deal flow, and you're monetizing every deal, not just turning them all down. So if this sounds good, if you like the way this sounds, I'm hyped right now. I'm excited. Please leave a comment if you have any questions on building holding companies, and be on the lookout for the next video. Thank you for watching.